Should we bring back the death penalty? Wayne Couzens is due to be sentenced today for the rape and murder of Sarah Everard. It's hard to imagine a more depraved crime. I'm sure we're all haunted by that harrowing footage of Couzens stopping Sarah in the street and the grim events that unfolded afterwards. As ever, when crimes like this occur, it leads to a lot of people calling for the return of capital punishment, an eye for an eye. Does Wayne Couzens and others like him deserve to breathe the same air as us? What's the point of letting him wallow in a maximum security prison at taxpayers' expense for the rest of his life? We'll be paying for Wayne Couzens to eat, drink, have a bed, potentially a TV in his prison cell. We'd stop paying for that once he'd been executed. But public opinion on the death penalty is pretty split. Stats show that 41% of people think the death penalty should be enforced for people who murder a police officer, 54% for terrorists who kill, 50% for the murder of a child, 54% for multiple murders, and 32% for all cases of murder. And the big question is it actually a deterrent? Well, some figures appear to show that the death penalty doesn't actually deter crime. 83% of US states without the death penalty had homicide rates below the national average, for example. In fact, 3 countries were responsible for almost 90% of the executions in the world: Iran, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. Do we really want to group ourselves in with those nations? China executes people on an industrial scale as well. They even harvest their organs afterwards. Again, do we want to be in the same bracket as China? Some people say that murderers and paedophiles just don't deserve to live anymore. They should just die because of who they are and what they've done. And I can understand that. But here's where I'm at with it all. Many of the sickest, most twisted people on earth actually want to die after they've been caught. Wayne Couzens reportedly repeatedly self-harmed by banging his head against a sink and running into a wall. He's being constantly monitored to make sure he doesn't kill himself. So why give him what he wants? Harold Shipman killed himself, Fred West. If these people don't want to live anymore, then why should we help them out? Surely it's more of a punishment to make them live with their crimes for decades. And then, of course, there's the issue of how do we definitely know that we've got the conviction right? Some people say, well, look, hey, if they plead guilty, then we know they did it. Yes, OK, fair enough. But the benefit offered to many people who plead guilty is that they then avoid the death penalty. So that doesn't really work, does it? It's designed to secure quick convictions and give families of the victims some swift justice. And I don't think we necessarily want to remove that, do we? Personally, I'd be more inclined to go for things like physical punishment. If the worst criminals in society knew that we wouldn't execute them, but instead they got 100 lashes of an industrial-strength cane once a week, I personally think that may be more of a deterrent than a lethal injection. At the very least, surely these criminals should be given no entertainment in prison whatsoever. I'd be pretty happy for them to be strapped to a bed 24/7, staring at the ceiling while being fed through a tube. As we await the sentencing of Wayne Couzens today, where do you stand? Would you bring back the death penalty?